it's still pretty chilly most days, but that has not kept the Delta State University baseball team off the diamond. Under the direction of 18-year head coach Mike Kennison, I don't think anything could. But it's time for another season of Statesmen baseball. So let's preview a team that wants to and expects to win the College World Series each and every year.
It's going well. You know, it's been a little up and down in that we have couple of good days and then we're inside for 4 or 5, but you can't complain about that in January. You know, that's going to be part of the deal. All in all, this January we've had quite a bit more time outside than in some recent years. It's been cold, but we really, worked through that. We're playing our 6th inter-squad game today. That's I feel very good about that. There have been some years that we've only played with 1 or none, so we've got a little bit of game experience. So not complaining about that. Wish it had been more, but still at the same time, I think it's gone well. Guys have a great attitude. They've worked hard for us, and that's been real positive.
They've been going good, getting some scrimmages in when we can, when it's not too freezing outside. And that's a big deal, get to see the live arms before the season, get our pitchers some work, kind of expand their pitch count so that they're ready for the games. But it's been going good. Really excited for the season.
The weather hasn't exactly been perfect since baseball practice started, but it also hasn't been too constricting. Coach Kennison says he would have liked maybe 1 more week to work with his team, but the Statesmen are ready to face someone besides themselves.
I think everybody's ready to actually play somebody else than ourselves. These inter-squad games are fun and all, but it's more exciting to play other teams. So we're ready.
Well, we just remind them of a sense of urgency that right away, opening weekend, we have 3 regional games. Right away off the bat, we have a tough opponent to play, and we design it that way. I think it adds to your practices and lets those guys focus a little bit more because they know, they have to play well immediately, and I think they've done that. The biggest challenge is getting your pitchers ready, and for us this year, not only getting them ready in terms of pitch counts, but defining roles, who can start, who can relieve, who can pitch under pressure late, all those things.
Some of our pitchers, need to, start hitting some spots. Some guys need to, come along and throw more innings for us. I guess that would be our, shorthand side. So, our hitters are fine, our defense is fine. I think once everybody starts getting the role of, playing other teams and everybody gets comfortable, we'll be fine.
Delta State baseball fans will see plenty of new faces this year. Coach Kennison says those players will have to step up quickly, and he's relying on his veterans to help the new guys learn what Statesman baseball is all about.
Well, the chemistry on this team is a work in progress. We do have quite a few new guys. All told, 15 guys were lost off of last year's team. So there's some new faces, but I think we crossed one of those bridges in the fall. I thought our work went well. Our team kind of accepted each other, gelled. I feel very good about that. And that's just the thing of learning to play together. Good teams kind of play with the same heartbeat. They play with the same mentality and mindset. They think alike, and that'll take some time.
As a senior, we're just trying to kind of show how things need to be done, hustling on off the field at all times, really listening and paying attention to coach. Just making sure they're kind of acquainted with the way we do things around here, because that's a big thing for us is how we perform, how we play. So that's kind of what we're making sure that they have in their head.
Well, we rely a lot on the returning players to tell the new players what to do, what to expect next, go here, go there. No, don't do that. And I think that's, part of the responsibility that they have, and they accept that and they understand that. In other words, we tell them, you need to help us coach. You need to take care of the little things, let us focus on the big things, and I think in that regard we've got a nice group that does that.
The Statesmen are ranked in the top 10 in 2 preseason polls this year and were picked to finish first in the Gulf South Conference. For a team that has a combination of 24 championships from conference to regional to nationals, the goal each and every year is pretty straightforward.
Shoot, I'd like to get to the World Series and win that thing, but I think that's everybody's goal.
Win it all, win the last game of the season. That's always the goal. That's kind of the expectation. We aren't a team that just settles for a plus year. It's all about getting to the very end of the year and being the best there is. So
Goals are pretty straightforward. We have the same ones every time, and that is that we want to win a national championship. But we also talk about and know the steps that are involved to do that. You got to have that long-range goal. That's the future goal. But we have those series of short-range goals that we measure ourselves by. Got to play well every conference weekend. We've got to win the regular season conference, or at least get a very high seed to put ourselves in the best position possible in the tournament. We want to win the GSC tournament, have momentum going into the regionals, and then it's just a matter when you get to the regionals, hey, you're 4 to 5, maybe 6 games. It could be 4 to 5 games away from the World Series, and it's all about who plays their best at that appointed time. So, short-range goals, stepping stones to get to the big one. But that one stays the same for us, and that is we'd love to win a national championship.
The Delta State baseball season starts Friday, February 7th on the road. The Statesmen are at Palm Beach Atlantic and West Palm Beach, Florida. As Coach Kinnison mentioned, it's a regional game. In fact, every game on the Delta State schedule right now is a regional game for the Statesmen, and hopefully the weather's a little bit nicer in Florida. For GoStatesmen.com, I'm Katie Smith.